Howdy there, Gleeks. Joe Roch from Wetpaint.com here for another post-show what I loved and what I hated about tonight's all-new Glee episode. Now, when it comes to Glee, I have always maintained that when it's good, it's pretty damn good. But when it's bad, it's bad. And tonight's junior prom-themed episode, well, it was great. So, sorry, haters. I have relatively little to bash tonight. Except covering Rebecca Black's Friday? Really, Glee? Really? I mean, look, who sang it? It was Artie, Puck, and Sam. They salvaged what they could from a song that has, and I quote the following lyrics, "Partyin', partyin', yeah. Partyin', partyin', yeah. Fun, 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 fun." So, yeah, I guess they did what they could with that song. But, I mean, song, I use the word song loosely there, by the way. But listen, I've always been of the opinion that if you ignore something as heinous and vile as Rebecca Black, she'll go away. Covering that song, it keeps the nightmare alive. So, thanks a lot, Glee. Thanks for that. And yes, I realize that by mentioning She Who Must Not Be Named, I completely contradict my advice. So, you know what? Let's forget we ever mentioned anything, shall we? Okay, so there was a lot to love in tonight's episode. Let's see. Firstly, there was hardly any Will Schuester. So I should say that it's always been my personal opinion that Glee viewers generally fall into one of two camps. Either they love them some Will Schuester, or they would vote him off the island faster than you can say, Rachel, what the hell were you thinking taking Jesse St. James back? Which I guess is not very fast. But anyways, my point is that I fall into the second camp there. I hate Will Schuester. I think he's sort of creepy and kind of awful. So an episode without him is great to me. So really the only thing he did tonight was have Sue call him Merkinhead, which I loved. And by the way, younger viewers, if you don't yet know what a Merkin is, Google that, because that is one SAT word you will want to keep in your back pocket. It's a little advice from me to you. What else did I love in tonight's episode? I made notes because there was so much to love. Okay, Santana as the Ava Perón / Law and Order candidate for prom. Loved it. Jesse St. James and Rachel tearing apart Adele's amazing Rolling in the Deep. Double loved it. And, they completely covered a pretty relatively obscure indie pop song from like 3 years ago. It was Black Kids, I'm Not Gonna Teach Your Boyfriend How to Dance With You, which, by the way, was on my mix CD, my end-of-the-year mix CD back in 2008, because, not to toot my own horn, but I make a pretty good end-of-the-year mix CD, so it was great to see that. And I guess that I have to address what was probably the biggest storyline of tonight's episode, which was Karofsky and Kurt being crowned prom king and queen, respectively. So, for those of you who, like me, who read spoilers, which we shouldn't do because it's kind of a no-no, but we do it anyways, we totally saw this coming. And I'm going to be honest here. Having them be made prom king and queen is probably the most enormous plot contrivance ever. But that being said, it was probably one of the most satisfying contrivances ever as well. I loved it. Listen, Glee at its worst is a show that brings up a plot point one week or some sort of new character development and then completely forgets about it the next week. It's like this crazy amnesia that only Glee has. So to see them take this plot point from when did the bullying start? It was like October or November or something. To see that carried through into the end of the season in a really complicated and interesting and mature way. I loved it, but that's just me. Anyways, I've ranted long enough tonight, friends. So if you would like to rant or just tell us what you thought about tonight's episode, head over to our Wetpaint Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/Glee fansite, and let us know what you think. Or better yet, if you have any idea who's going to get it next week, which, spoiler, it's somebody's gonna die. But the episode's called Funeral, so I guess you should probably know that by now. But if you have any idea who it's going to be, let us know. Okay, that's all for now, guys. I'll see you next week.